All right, welcome y'all to another 1010 Baltimore exclusive interview. We are here with Miss Tammy Meyers. She's the Director of Entertainment at a new hotel here in Baltimore called Hotel RL. I believe it's Hotel Red Line, is that correct?
Yeah, we go by Hotel RL in this brand.
Okay, Hotel RL, okay. Now, you guys are doing something new and exciting in Baltimore, and that's why we kind of wanted to talk to you today, just to get some information on that. So you have something called Live Stage.
The Living Stage.
The Living Stage, okay. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. The Living Stage is a program that we've implemented in Hotel RL brands, where we have realized that when people come to a city, they experience their conferences usually that they go to in the hotel, and they don't really get out of what's publicly discussed in a city, and what's known is to be the areas where people come and congregate. And our goal is to bring the experience of Baltimore into the hotel so that as our guests are here, they can experience that. We also try to be like a town community hall, so we can bring in people who are doing conversations, information on 3 different topics. We focus on creativity, awareness, and innovation. And we just ask that if you're passionate about one of those things, if you want to come stand up on our stage and talk to our guests, we're happy to bring you on. All we ask is that you just be passionate about what it is that you're doing and have a cause and a reason behind it, because we're more interested in the process and why you do what you do and why you love what you love, and sharing that experience. So it's kind of a neat program where we can give people a platform to come up and do that. We also broadcast that live to all of our in-room television stations, and then we record it and then we rebroadcast it. So when we don't have something actually happening on the stage, we've got recording of past performances. So if you're in a room, you can get a sense of what we've done in the past and where we're going.
Oh wow, that's great. Now tell us a little bit about the type of performances you have on the stage. Is it like strictly poetry? Is it anything somebody want to come up? They want to come up and rap, or if they want to come and sing. Is it just open for whatever they want to do?
It's open to the point where it needs to fall in one of those 3 categories. So it needs to be creativity, innovation, and awareness.
Okay.
If it falls into that, I ask people, tell me what you're talking about, tell me what you're interested in. We have poets, we have singers and songwriters, we have artists, we have social justice, we have politicians. It's open to anyone. We don't shy away from adversity, we don't shy away from the tough topics. We try to focus on things that are important and happening in that community right now.
Now, this is open for anybody from the city. They don't have to be a guest at the hotel. They can walk in off the street, come in and participate in the
Absolutely, and we encourage that.
Okay.
We encourage that. So when we have an artist that signs up to perform, we do 2 things. We create a web page for them on our online calendars. So we give them, their own URL, they have their own independent web page, and then they're part of a group calendar for that month. We include their bio, we include links to their past work, and then we also create a Facebook page for them that they are, in turn, we broadcast it to our group, but we also ask that they take that and share that and get the people that support them involved so that we can get outside of the community that we've already hit and expose to more people.
So if someone wants to participate, do they come in the day of and register, or is there something online they pre-register for?
No, we book about a month or 2 months in advance actually for this stage. Okay. We have a website, and it's rllivingstage.com. Okay. And on the bottom of that website, they can go in and sign up to perform. And what happens is they fill out their bio, what they want to talk about, what they want to do, and that shoots me an email. I'll call them and have a conversation with them, and if we think it's a good fit, we'll schedule a date for them to come up.
Oh, cool. Now, with the registration, you said that's just for clarity for people here. The website is rllivingstage.com. They can scroll down to the bottom, fill it out. Now, how often do you have the Living Stage performances?
I will book as much as I can, as long as it's an authentic performance. I'm not going to just put anybody up on the stage. I want to be sure that they're, they have a good reason to be there. They care about what they're doing. We like to use it also as a performance platform for people to practice. There's a lot of people who are mastering their craft, and this is a good venue for them to come in and try it out. It's not a huge show; it's 15 minutes most of the time. If we have bigger performing artists, we've got a big concert on Saturday night. That one will be an hour. Okay. So we base depending on the type of performance that it is. We've also done things like art shows. We've had artists come in, put their gallery work up on the stage, and then come and talk about their gallery work and then their creative process in that. So I think that people find it interesting learning about things that they don't necessarily know about, and this is just a quick crash course in that.
Now, you guys have hotel RLs all over the country?
So right now we have 2 hotel RLs. We've got Baltimore and then we've got Washington, D.C.
Okay.
This is a new brand for us. Baltimore's our flagship, so this is our baby that we love and nurture and make sure everything's going right. Yeah, we love it. We've got 3 existing Red Lion hotels that we are converting over to Hotel RL. So those are in the process of being converted right now and will open sometime in the first quarter of next year. So that's in Olympia, Washington, Spokane, Washington, and Salt Lake City, Utah. So the exciting thing about that and how we record these, and as I mentioned, we rebroadcast them in the in-room television stations, is if you've got a performer who's up on stage and we've performed in Baltimore, in a couple months they're going to be live on the TVs in Salt Lake City, and they're going to be in Spokane, and they're going to be in Olympia, so they immediately have gone from this local platform to a national platform, and they get all sorts of different kinds of exposure.
Now, I know we talked about it before the interview, but Baltimore is the first living stage that
Baltimore's
you guys have.
First.
That's what I'm talking about. So Baltimore has put living stage on the map. We're the first place to have the living stage via the tool vehicle of Hotel RL. I love the name. It's a nice ring to it. Hotel RL.
We're fond of it.
Yeah, cool. So just a little bit about you, Tammy. You are from where? Where are you originally from?
Originally California.
Okay.
22 years in Seattle. Go Hawks.
Yeah.
I say that for real. Go Hawks. And then I spent the last 6 in Denver.
Okay. And is this your first time in Baltimore?
I spent 2 months here this summer when we were opening up the hotel.
And how was that?
It was actually one of the most amazing experiences of my life for a few different reasons. This was a new job for me. This was a new role for me. And I'm one of those people who's not going to fail at what I'm doing. So I'm sure I got it right. So I spent a month here when we were opening, making sure the equipment was right for the stage, and that we had the specs and the zones, and then networking, because it's all about networking, right?
Right,
so
absolutely.
I needed to get myself fully immersed into the community and learn what was going on very quickly.
Right. Now, did you come here with any fears of anything that you've heard as far as bad stuff in the media, as far as Baltimore's reputation?
I had heard of 2 things about Baltimore,
Okay.
and just in passing, I had heard about, obviously, the Inner Harbor and all the amazing things that are happening at the Inner Harbor, and then I had heard about the crime, obviously. I mean, we had Freddie Gray and May and all of those things that were happening, right? And so there wasn't a day when I was here that first month where my mom didn't call me to make sure I was still alive. I mean, there's that misconception, right? But I didn't want to watch The Wire or dive too much into that unknown. I wanted to experience that myself and see what it was really about.
Now, based on your experience, would you say that the media has painted a wrong image, or how would you give feedback on what you see in the media or hear in the media versus what you experience when you came here?
Well, I think the media messes everything up.
Okay.
I think they take an angle and they go the wrong way all the time, and I don't think they get to the heart of the matter. I think they're trying to sell ad space and dollars, right? So they're going to promote what sells, and that's sex, violence, and rock and roll. They're going to talk about those things. What they're not talking about is the people who have fallen in love with the city and have taken an active part to make changes and the good that they're doing. There are projects all over this city that people who just, common folk like you and me, picking things up by their bootstraps and making things happen. They're changing the community. They're changing influences on the way that the young men and women of Baltimore grow up. They're showing different ways to change your circumstances. And that is what I fell in love with this city. I fell in love with those people who just, they don't have to do it. You can sit in your home and you can buckle down and you can do whatever you need to do. But the people of Baltimore have amazingly huge hearts. And it is a blessing to me to be able to put them up on the stage and have them talk about what they're doing.
And I am very excited about the fact that you guys made that opportunity available here first, but also given, because I believe there's a lot of talented people in Baltimore, and you've given them a platform to showcase their talent. And I think that's thoughtful. I think that's great. And I'm excited about what you guys are going to be doing in the future. Now, y'all had a show here last night, right?
Last night.
So how did that go? Tell us a little bit about that.
So once a month we have Nova Gray, who is a poet, and he's also a host, and he hosts an open mic here that's free to the community. That man is amazing. He works a full-time job. He's, working with kids in the morning, and then he's, working with other kids in the afternoon where he's teaching them how to be better citizens. And then he's got a group of young men, and they used to be called the Bad Boys of Baltimore or something like that. And then they've changed their name. But it's a group of incredibly talented young men that work in the community and are teaching the kids of the community how to be better people, and that you can take your time and be an awesome, strong man and not have to resort to violence. So the show last night's a lot of fun. It's an open mic. Anybody can come in. It's absolutely free. They do poetry and dance and spoken word and anything you can imagine. We had singers up there. There's some people have a great time. There's a lot of jokes and a lot of laughs. The only thing that we ask them, if you're familiar with slam poetry, sometimes it can get pretty colorful and a little bit raw. And I don't want to go up on the afternoon after and have to explain to the 3-year-old who was watching some foul language on the TV why that happened, right? So it's almost a challenge to take your art and craft that language and make it something that's appropriate, that's still going to connect with people. And so people have really enjoyed that. And then we've also, exposed them. Most of the things happen, most of those spoken words and poetry happen in 21 and up clubs. So the young men and women, the teenagers, get an opportunity to come here and perfect their craft before they throw themselves into that world.
So by you saying that, so this is a family environment.
Absolutely.
For Living Stage. That's great. Okay. Do y'all serve any kind of food, drinks?
We have a full
that?
Restaurant and bar. We have some amazing signature cocktails that they've created.
Okay. Wow. So a person can come and get some entertainment, some food, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop, full meal deal, pop on a couch, have a great time.
I love it. I love it. So Tammy, if you don't mind, just tell the people how they can reach you or the hotel or the Living Stage contact information again. And that's all the questions I have for you.
Perfect. Okay, so we are at 207 East Redwood. It's Hotel RL. We're on the corner of East Redwood and Calvert, right 2 blocks up from the Inner Harbor. If you're interested in staying, just jump on our website. And then if you are interested in performing on the Living Stage, I would ask that you reach out to me through our RFP form, which is listed on a website. And that website is www.rllivingstage.com. What that happens is at the bottom of that website, you'll see a form. You can fill out the form, and that'll send an email right off to me. You tell me what you want to do, upload your picture and your bio, and I will give you a phone call, and we'll have a conversation and see about getting you scheduled.
Sounds great.
All right.
Tammy, I appreciate you. Thank you for your
time.
time.
Such a pleasure. Thank you for coming out.
Making yourself available to do this interview. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you guys. Till next time.